Hey guys, this is a video of my deck called Wise Guys, and it's a wisdom based deck, and it's very good. I guess I'll pause the video to show you exactly um, what has what. So I have Drabe. He's a Muge. He's got a cool ability. Target creature gains 15 energy. Gain is more important than heal, especially playing against Zamool, like I am right now. Um, so he ended up playing two Impeding Value's Flutes. I put one on Garv and one on Drabe. So I have 45 gain, and I have three flip face up, face down. That's really cool. I really like that. So Drabe has Girgithar. Um, Basically, it's a heal, and then I usually use it on Drabe or Garv to gain another counter, so I can use their abilities because both of them are caretakers, which is really cool. So I needed a Muge, especially because of Ivena's ability. She says, while you control Muge Ivana, gain support roll, this one's 5. So Drabe was just an auto kind of pick in there. So Ivana, really, really cool. Outperform Courage, outperform Wisdom. She has high Courage, high Wisdom, insane energy. And I put her with Exerium Arbor, and she just lasts long. And she's your main fighter. Not many people can beat her. 70 energy plus another 20 energy. So not many people can. You can, if you don't have Exerium Armor, you can use something like this Evergreen Tunic. Just gains her 20 more energy, and that's about. It's not as equivalent because Exerium Armor probably is gonna. It's gonna probably be around 30 energy of worth of armor, basically. And Garv, I have equipped with Horn Saber. So Horn Saber is one of those cards. It's legendary. That means you can only have one. It's loyal only to Overworlders. And if you're playing only Overworld deck, Horn Saber is it's actually a good card. And I've won games that I shouldn't have because of this card. Like Zamool, just even though he outlasts with me with Arkanin and his Ursis, he's having recklessness 5 each time he plays an attack is it's huge. It's probably gonna be he's probably gonna play around 4 or 5 attacks, 25 damage, just from a battle gear, and it's constant. It's very good. Um, so Loma, now she has water, and if you notice, none of my other creatures have water because of Ikitash's ability. At the beginning of combat, if your engaged creature has no elemental types, it gains 20 energy, and which is really cool. So Avena has 90, Garv has 75, Drabe has 70. So they're like become potentially like not so great creatures become actually fighting creatures. Hume Paladin equipped with Evergreen Tunic. She has 110 Wisdom, 75 Courage, 40 Energy. Put her with a Tunic, 60 Energy, with an Ikatosh, 80 Energy. So she's actually like a really good hero, really good creature in this. So, but Loma, she's actually equipped with a Aquatic Familiar, and what it does is expend water and gain 50 wisdom. So in essence, this battle gear is expend water, gain 50 wisdom, and also gain 20 energy because of Ikatosh's ability. So you want to do that if you think that your opponent's gonna attack something, Drabe, which he more likely is. I just use Garv's counter, flip over Aquatic Familiar, expend right away, so there's no issues there. So yeah, and she already has 75 wisdom. That puts her well over 100, and she's able to do a lot of massive wisdom damage. Humpeltonen is a very good card, especially I like it with Zamool as well, because uh, because of a lot of burn and a lot of uh, when he plays Mujix off of Arkanin's ability, I also heal. That's really cool. It's pretty much an anti-Zamool deck, um, in that essence. Ikitosh, it's your main support, so he gets Mind Robe, 80 Wisdom. Not many people have 80 Wisdom. They can also burn, so that's really good. For my musics, I have 2 Denials. I kind of run out of 2 Denials always. And then I have 2 Rhyme Reckless. That's just the choice. You can probably switch it with like a Defender Song or another Sound of Stasis. I like the Reckless here because, you know, I don't. There's no way for me to kind of absorb damage. I do have some heals, but if I can dish out a ton of damage from my Avena, and I can, and if they deal a lot of damage, I just rhyme it, and that's all good. This is also another tech card. You can choose not to have it or not. I just use it for Zamool. You know, I give. I play this with Avena. I tag Zamool on my turn. This is also a Son of Stasis right over here. That's again Zamool and any other just really good creature that you don't want to fight with their location on their location, because more than likely, if it's their location and they fight with it, they fight their best with their best fighter, you're gonna lose. So that's why you want to fight their best fighter on your location, on where you have the advantage. So okay, let's move on. And yeah, I play Son of Stasis, and Abdallah is a pretty good player. I've beat him and I lost to him for some of my more experimental decks, but this is just a really strong deck. It's very hard to lose. If you play this right, more than likely you're not going to lose. Now I now so yeah, he had to attack with either the Ursis to because I Son of Stasis his Zamool. That means Zamool couldn't move. So yeah, Loma, she's gonna expend the water. She's gonna gain 50 wisdom, and she's gonna gain 20 energy, which is really insane. And so that's how this deck works. Now I'm gonna flip. I used Gar's ability to flip over Horn Saber. I already flipped all the gears, so for you guys to see what it was. But I did flip Horn Saber. And to give Ursis Recklessness 5. And the initiative was Courage. I get to attack first, which is really nice. So it is a Courage Wisdom deck, but mostly Wisdom. Ooh, wow. So I get pretty lucky with a Mind Mesh on my first turn, and then he plays around the Reckless, and I can't have that. I don't want to do that at all, because then I'll be down to 20 energy left. That's not fun at all. So usually this deck should have denials, but it doesn't. Maybe because he thought that because it was a Zamool, he didn't really need denial. That's just false. You're gonna need to denial Son of Stasis that everyone's gonna run now because of Zamool or any other strong creature. So he plays Vacuuming Hemisphere. It's not a strong attack. It's 2 build point 15. The second ability is opposing nature creature lose air. If you can get it, that's really good, but you're not gonna get it most of the time. actually, so he plays Streak Strike. Yeah, the 20. So as you can see, this Rec 5 is gonna just keep on building and building. He's gonna use a lot of counters, um, just to keep Ursis alive, and that's not a good idea. He should have probably let this Ursis die, um, maybe, and use most of the counters on Zamool, while fighting with Avena. That was probably his mistake. So now, really cool thing he probably didn't notice here is that um, because um, because of Hune's ability, uh, when Zamool did Cannon Casualty, I actually get to heal for 10. So even though he dealt 30 there, I heal for 10. I'll be at 10. So that's not bad. I'm okay with that. Um, I'm not sure why I did that. Oh yeah, because he gained. Gained. So he plays a Harmonious High Song. I'm not sure if I should have rhymed that. I kind of just wanted to get this match over with. I don't want my Loma dying because then he can tag Garv or just anybody else freely, and I couldn't really have that. But turns out he had two of them, which is insane somehow. I'm not sure why he held on to Heptagon Hail all this time if he had it. Maybe it's because I have really cool, um, really cool. Abilities on my creatures because of like Garv and Drape. Or maybe he was just saving it for Zamool. More than likely, saving it for Zamool. So I was able to win that. Took a lot of damage, though, doing it. So Portal Forest, I like this attack. Location, a lot of people run. Lomas and stuff. Like I do. I like to run Lomas in a lot of my decks. I think she's just a good creature overall, and 2 major counters, defender, cool ability. Even though you rarely get to use it, I usually use it for like maybe a refrain or maybe a heal or something like that for her. But still really cool. So I ended up playing Harmonious High Song on Avena, going up to 120 energy against Zamool because I knew that after that I couldn't play any attacks or I couldn't play any magic or abilities, and that was important for me to kind of get ahead of the curve. So and he was saying that Hune's ability doesn't work, and I counter that Hune's ability is triggered. There's no major counter before his ability. That means that it's not activated. So that means that just anytime that one of his creatures loses a major counter, I just heal. So it's really cool. Yeah, so he's said that's annoying. Yeah, of course it's very annoying, but yeah. Look at that. I was trying to reach for my Rhyme of the Reckless, but then I forgot that I forgot that I was playing with Zamool. So this deck actually counters also Heptagon Hail / Bottle Dagger decks too, because you don't want to give Garv or Drape counters. You really don't. They're just menaces. So with Ivana, I get to deal nice, consistent amount of damage on Wisdom. Unfortunately, Zamool has pretty high courage, so I can't play my Shadow Strikes. And yeah, so my Shadow Strikes deal 0. I'm pretty sure I still win this bout match. But he gets really lucky with his attacks. If I do remember correctly, he might actually have too high of a build point. And I think I called him out on it later on. Oh yeah, and then that was when I remembered that I had support, so I would have been able to play my challenges. It's too bad. Huh. Did he? So the fact that he had Nazarin is actually pretty cool because Hune's ability doesn't trigger because of Nazarin. But it's fine. His attack dex is kind of all over the place, so you don't really want that. You don't want to be able. So that's why stat checks are better than challenges, because most of the time you'll be able to play stat checks. But if you have Havena, who has tons of courage or wisdom and courage, more than likely you'll be able to play quick exit. And I have this card, out freeze, in order to be able to play my checks or my challenges against other overworlders that have high wisdom, and this should do it. Oh no. So because he healed, I get to actually heal for 40. And this is really cool. Marksman Preparations, really good tech. Whenever you can do 30 damage with a 1 build point, that's pretty good attack. And you have to have 2 in hand, so sometimes it's a dead attack card, like it was for a little bit for me. But other than that, it's very good attack. So I win that one. I get to draw another attack because of if you discard, you always have to have 2 attack cards in your hand, and then you draw 1 on your attack step. Yeah, that was actually a mistake. Should move Loma over, and then Drape down that way, and Ikatosh over here, so that Loma can defend everyone here. But I am also threatening Arkanin and Nadrin. Even though they don't have counters, he can get them through Heptagon Hail. Most people run 4 or 2 of them if they have Nadrin. So that's fine. Oh, cool. We get to play 2 Xerium Armors against 2. But no, he actually ended up attacking Garv. So then I just defended with Loma. And that was fine with me. So he wins the initiative, and he also gets a cool location for Ursis. It gives him a slight advantage. 10 energy is not that much. If you play locations, should be something that really disrupts your opponent's decks, like Newman Voidlands, Dragon's Thresholds, like Mirages, stuff like that. Given slight advantages like Water 5 or Temur Energy is just not going to cut it, I don't think, in these like high level games. Yeah, so playing out freeze, it's a good attack card. If you guys remember, Mind Mash, I was able to deal 60 damage because all of my wisdom was higher than all of his stats. But what happens if you have Garf or maybe Drape, who probably has the lowest wisdom on the team? You can play that card. You can gain 100 wisdom, so 165. It's probably gonna beat mostly everyone's stats. Even beats Kahor stats. So with that, you're able to probably do the full damage with Mind Match. So it's like you sacrifice not dealing any damage on one attack, and then you deal 60 in the next. So I guess it's like dealing 30 on 2 attacks for 5 build points. It's actually pretty good. So I ran out of attack cards. That's actually a pretty good thing. If you run out of attack cards, it means the game is going. You're dealing damage, and yeah, that means you can reuse. Especially for me, since I played Mind Mash in my first go around, I want to play it again. So the fact that I shuffled it is fine with me. So dealt Mind Razor for 30 damage. Really nice. So Newman Voidland, really cool location. Just basically destroys Fluid Morphers, destroys Mentalist decks, destroys a lot of things. So it also has really good synergy with Avena, who has one of the higher scan energies in the game, 70. So which is really nice. And I do have a max energy Avena, 75. But don't get to really play it. I usually just play with normal stats. So he also ran out of attack cards, and he is going to shuffle his attack deck too. So yeah, the whole point of this deck is, you have Hume Peltonen kind of healing a lot because of the opponent. People are going to play Mujic counters. People are going to play Mujics. People are going to play abilities. Hume Peltonen takes advantage of that. If you're playing an Overworld deck, I guess an Overworld deck, this will probably also beat an Overworld deck as well. Just most Overworld decks out there. And in fact, I do actually have some videos of me playing Overworld decks against them. And a lot of times they rely on elements. Noman Violent as a Mind Robe destroys people's elements, or they just get rid of their elements, so that's fine. I like to disrupt as much people's decks as much as possible with my locations. I probably should have attacked Smilden. Um, on that turn, that was a mistake, and I almost kind of lost because of that. Because if I play that, he would have dealt 32. Oh no, that's scary. So he plays Castle Molmark. He's gonna sacrifice his Nadgerin, and he's gonna put Zamool over there. But it kind of has a little bit of twist. You can only have to be on on your side of the battle board. Um, Probably next time I play him, oh no, this location is gonna be over there, so I'll probably try to get as many of my creatures on his side of the battle board, so that it doesn't use stuff like that. Two very good back-to-back cards. So he says his attack deck is perfect, which I find funny. It's not yet. I mean, it's good, but he has too many challenges that deal 0 damage. You need to deal constant damage all the time. So yeah, I was saying, Mind Rub, really super, super, super location, because it says when it's revealed, creatures lose all elemental types. That means that as soon as it's revealed, people just can't expand or anything like that, like they can in Newman Voidland with Omar PRs or anything like that. So that's fine. That's why I like this location a lot. But people hate it because it basically destroyed an archetype of Elementalist. But hey, there's a counter to every deck. No deck is perfect. There's a counter to every deck. If you choose to play Elementalist deck, I'll choose to play that location. And it's pretty much over by this time, but he's a player that has dignity, so he'll just continue to play down to his last creature. It was pretty much over once his Zamool died, I think, and actually it was pretty much over once he overused his ammunition and supplies on Ursis. He actually could have won the Zamool match if he didn't maybe overuse a lot of his resources to fight a losing battle, I think, with Loma against Ursis, especially with my Mind Razor attack. So, yeah, it's pretty much over, but the gist of the deck, I think, relies on Hune Palutenin giving all your creatures 20, Loma having Aquatic Familiar, gaining 50, being able to have 125 Wisdom and then 20 more energy to go up to 80 energy. Hune Palutenin just passive heals. Every now and then you just get it. Sometimes you don't, sometimes you do, but she still has 2 major counters, and she can still fight. She'll be at 80 energy, 110 wisdom, 75 courage. So that's almost as good as Avena, as good as Loma as a fighter. Garv to flip Hornsaber and to flip Aquatic Familiar, and Drabe and his Battle Gear to just heal, to survive, to be able to keep on going. Hornsaber, like I said, just won me games, and it actually won me that game, I think, as well. Alright, guys, I hope you guys like this deck, and I'll see you next time.